just said I don't want to take the lead. Well, I mean, the people know what it is by now. The Raw Input Podcast. Welcome.
You'd hope so.
You know what it is.
Yeah. If you're new, then go watch the other ones.
I'm actually really excited for the questions today. They're really good.
There are some good ones today.
Really,
I
really
appreciate
good
people who are
ones.
submitting them into the questions channel of the Raw Input Discord, because it's like kind of buried, and I forget that people use it, but people are putting in some good ones.
Oh shit!
Thank
I don't
you.
even look in there. Eh?
I'm gonna make a more active effort too after this.
I just look at the Google Doc that you organize.
Well, that's where we get a lot of them from.
Okay.
But also, if you have questions about like peripherals and stuff, like what should I do? What's Viscose's val sense? You should probably not put them in there because those are getting buried for eternity.
I have all my settings in my Discord anyway, so.
Do people actually ask that?
My val sense?
There was one question, yes.
That's crazy.
I'm not surprised. It's like the most common question for me.
But like, why in the Raw Input fucking podcast question?
It says questions.
I gotta have the Valorant sensitivity segment on the podcast.
Cut that shit.
All right, so
what have we all been playing?
You want to start? The beautiful COD update.
Thank you, JD. You go first. I think you have the most interesting.
I've been playing Black Ops 6. Season 4 came out yesterday. It came out around 3 a.m. But the thing about living in Australia is the update comes out at 3 a.m. but people's internet here is so shit that like nobody is on at 3 a.m. Like, I pay a fortune to have good internet, but it's like useless because I got my download done in like 10 minutes and then literally I couldn't find a game because everyone's still updating.
I didn't even consider that, honestly. It's really funny.
I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll get back on in like 2 hours. And so I got back on then. And then it was just like, it's like a catastrophe. It's like the worst update that I've seen for COD in like a long time. Nothing worked. Everything was broken. I put a video on my Twitter.
It was actually like an indie game level flub. I actually don't understand.
Not even. It's worse.
I don't get it too, because like how do you go backwards? You know, like how does it get worse?
It takes them all season to fix like minor stuff, and then the new update comes out and they break the stuff that they fixed, and then break other things, and then they take that whole season to fix everything again, and then the other season comes out, like season 5, season 6, and it breaks it all again, and it's just it's a repeat. It's like the only game, but that just gets worse as the updates come out.
Can you describe the way it's broken?
It's okay now. It's working now. I streamed it last night.
Okay.
But it was like every server was disconnecting immediately. People were getting kicked out. You couldn't pause the game. It would crash the desktop.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
You couldn't open your creator class in-game. It would crash the desktop. You can open your creator class in the menu. They've added adverts to your loadouts.
Oh my god. Wait,
every
do you
time
mean,
you
like, buy the battle pass or like check out
Not
these...
battle pass, like bundles for every single gun.
Okay.
So if you scroll over like the XM4, it's like here is 7 bundles for it.
Okay, that's not. I thought it was gonna be like you buy a burger from Macca's. So later is sponsored by Macca's or something. I don't know.
Oh, they've done that with Little Caesars Pizza and Monster.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but not in game, surely. Not in your critic class.
You get no, but you do get like in-game rewards.
Try to change your sense. You gotta watch a fucking 15-second Burger King ad.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm playing a mobile game, but like worse because it's a full price $100 game.
Can you get banned for what you did with the Little Caesars promotion?
Can we talk about that in the podcast?
Anyway, next question.
Little Caesars isn't in Australia, so I made a fake receipt. I mean, I got my friend in America to buy Little Caesars and send me a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. So yeah, anyway. Really bad update. Its game's working fine now, but at the same time, like, it wasn't even a huge update. It was like a new season update, but like there's like 2 new maps, 2 new guns. That's like it. And they just
really
break
don't get
everything
it.
somehow. Anyway, I bitched enough about this on my not my podcast, my stream, so
The fucking clip of you just like sliding around and getting so tilted was so funny.
I thought they fucked up the physics. That would actually be pretty fun.
Well, they did. They like earlier, like 2 weeks ago, they just wrote about like a bit of code into the game, and now some people have the ability to like wall run and others don't.
What?
Because they're ramping up for Black Ops 7, where you're gonna have like supposedly jetpacks and wall running.
You keen
So
for
people
it?
have like, yeah. I mean, I am. I know I'm an idiot, but I still love COD. I always will. And I fucking love jetpack COD. So
You have like an abusive relationship with this game franchise.
I do have Stockholm syndrome, but that's fine. I'll just keep going back. I mean, there's other games to play. There's Splitgate.
True,
But
true.
Loki,
I haven't tried it yet.
I don't know. It's just the same as the first game for me. I play a few hours and then I'm like, yeah, I kind of got my fill of it.
How do you feel about
And
the
then-
visual recoil, like the screen shake?
I mean, I don't like that in any game, but it seems like
That's
it's just the norm nowadays. So it's like,
That's what kind
whatever.
of killed my
I wish it
interest,
wasn't that.
honestly. It looks so ugly.
It wasn't in
Yeah.
Splitgate 1 though. That's the thing. Like they made the decision
No.
to add it.
It's more
It's like
realistic.
a thing nowadays.
If you're
Like
shooting
every
a
game
gun,
does it.
can you shoot it stable? No, you're going to be bouncing, so it needs to be in the game. You need to put that in the game.
Yeah. It just, yeah. I mean, I was more excited about it on the first day, and then the servers went down, which is like unfortunate. And then they came back up, but you couldn't get XP, so you couldn't unlock anything.
I think it's good that this isn't like a full release, you know? They got another shot at it to make like a strong impression with the launch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't even tried it.
No, I hope they do well with it. You should though. It is fun. It's
should.
a good game.
And it seems to actually like reward good mechanics, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Halo with the Halo and Portal mixed together. Like that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I like the big team mode as well. On the big.
How many players is it?
I don't remember. I think it's like 4 teams of 8 or something.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay.
Something like that, anyway. But yeah, fun, and it's got like domination, hardpoint. You know, the typical game modes. But yeah, you should definitely give it a shot. I think anyone should. It's free, so.
How do you feel about the portal mechanic? Do you enjoy its existence, or would you rather have like PC Halo?
I don't think I was using it as much as I should have, or as best as I could have.
Have you seen the clips of
But-
people like spamming out like 20 portals in like 5
Yeah.
seconds and like killing
I
someone in the
wasn't
back?
doing that. It's cool though. It definitely is very cool. I want to see more clips like that.
It's like Fortnite building for me though, where like I can respect it, but I also don't really want to engage with it.
Yeah, I'm
I
in
mean,
the same
I
boat.
use it. I use it to like get across the map more than to like outplay people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do like it though. It makes the game stand out more. Got its own thing going on.
I just wish its mechanics, like base mechanics, was strong enough to stand out on their own, and then like the portals were kind of added on top of it instead of it feeling like people know Splitgate for the portals, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think aside from the screen shake though, it does seem pretty mechanically sound. Have you seen the
I
movement? stuff?
agree. I haven't. It looks
movement's
cool.
good.
I just can't get over the screen shake, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess it'll have to use clicking weapons pretty much.
One of the default classes has a really good single fire gun. I was using it.
Okay.
It's like 3-4 shot. It's like probably my most used gun. I forget.
I
what it's
definitely
called,
will
though.
give it a go.
But what have you been playing then, Laura?
Not much, honestly. I have downloaded a Fallout 4 mod pack. I've started Witcher 3. Pingu and I are
Hell
doing like
yeah.
a joint playthrough thing where we're gonna like take it in turns to play, and the other will watch. It's really fun so far. Really fun.
Where you up to?
Just in White Orchard.
What?
I mean, I played like 2 hours. I started like 2
One
days ago.
session.
I did the quest where you find the arsonist, and what else? Made the swallow potion for that dying lady.
Okay.
And you played some Gwent, of course.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Grant's so good.
I died to the drowners, and Geralt was just like laying there infinitely. Like there was no respawn menu. He's just laying there dead on the floor, and I just have to force quit the game. Fell asleep.
Permadeath mode.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It was my first
You got
death
rocked by the
too.
drowners so hard.
Actually, though, I was investigating the trail of like the arsonist, and Geralt's like, "Oh, drowners, snuck up on him," and then there's a fucking drowner behind me, and I died. Fuck off.
Fucking beat you up and took your wallet.
I was stuck in that
Unlucky,
animation too, and they're just beating me up. I don't know, and then I'm permadead. Anyway, besides that, loving the game. So good. It's so rich and like dialogue and the world. It feels, I don't know, like a lot of effort has been put in to make it feel alive.
There's a reason. It's like one of the best games ever.
Yeah.
I remember going and buying it like physically at EB Games, and
That's cool.
it was in the store. I think I was like 16, and I was like, I took the copy up to the counter, and I was like, hey, I want to buy this, and the lady was like, I'm gonna need to see some ID. That's an R18 game. I'm like, oh my fucking god. And
What'd
then
you
it was
do?
so awkward. I had to go get my mom, who was like doing groceries at the time. Like in the middle of fucking Coles buying the bread and the milk. I'm like, I need you in EB Games right now. Because it was like a line. Oh. Great game though.
Can't believe you got ID'd at EBs.
I know. There's times where I didn't get ID'd at like buying alcohol. But then fucking Witcher 3. Oh, there's tits in this game. Can't be seeing that.
I also don't get why, like, I remember buying Advanced Warfare at EBs when I was like 9, and they didn't care.
What?
But like the moment the game is R18, it's like, nah, you gotta have ID.
No, it was the same. MA15 and stuff, like I could buy COD and shit all the time. But like they see that R18 rating. Oh my god. I mean, I get it though. It's their job and they don't want to get fired, I'm sure. But
I just think it's a bit odd how like
it's stupid.
there's no consistency there.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I just realized my Discord noties were going off, so I just muted that.
It shouldn't make a difference if you don't have desktop audio.
Should be okay.
Yeah.
What?
Do you not have just your mic?
I have my mic and desktop audio. I didn't touch it from last time.
Silence.
I didn't touch it last time, but I'll mute it.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
June, heart attack there. That's so funny.
No, I got my audio.
I named
fixed,
one of my
don't worry.
projects Nightmare Podcast from when this happened last time.
No, it's all chill. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Deep breaths.
What else have I been playing? Yeah, Witcher 3, Fallout 4 mod list. There's a really fucking good mod list. I think it's called Wasteland Reborn. It's been really fun. I'm enjoying it.
What made you start playing that again?
Oh, it was Rolly Strolly actually in the room for Discord. They pinged me and said like, look at this. And I'm like, this looks really cool. And actually, yeah, I gave it a go. You know, it's about time for my yearly playthrough.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love that game.
And I've also been playing the new Doom game.
You've been streaming it.
Yeah, I need to stream it again actually. I might do that tomorrow.
You do. I had someone in my chat be like, when's the next Viscose Doom stream? I'm like, I don't know. Go away.
Well, it's good that people are keen for it at least. I'll try. I've just been sick, so, you know.
Your cat
like
also
it
has
though.
been sick on your mouse pads.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, June, you can take this one.
I walked out here because I'm forced into the dining room to do these podcasts since we can't have like overlapping audio, right? And I look over. There's I would say 5 stacks of mouse pads. One is all of the artisans. One is pads that we've like recently used but are not using anymore, so it's like a stack here. And there's 2 behind me that are like some glass, some cloth. But because I was looking through the glass pads, I have a bit of cloth in both. And one of them just has like a pile of cat vomit on it. So she's got like a pentakill on our mouse pads. The poor Infinity Mice Speed, which got a video already, thank God. That one has like a fourth of it covered in cat, vomit.
I think that one's done, honestly. I don't know if it's salvageable.
You don't think so?
We'll
My
try,
cat has done
but,
it before, and I've tried using it after, and it's been like fine.
Okay.
I'll use it.
New mouse pad for you, JD?
Some other victims are the GameSense Radar, the Saturn Prayer, QCK Control, and the Matrova Pink Storm, which that one deserved it, but that's okay.
The Matrova Pink Storm.
That's probably the cause of the vomit, honestly.
Oh, that's rude.
Some guy in my comments the other day was like, wait, aren't you the guy that was crying about your 1,500 mouse pad arriving and not laying flat? Y'all weird. Least suspicious employee or Matrova employee.
Oh my God. That's an insane comment to leave though. Like how, when have you talked about that? Was it just on the podcast last time?
It was just on the podcast.
That's crazy.
And it was on a ball song video.
Me, when I buy something and it arrives fucked up and I complain about it. And it gets
It was
off
like
my
actually
YouTube
fucked
comments.
up too. Like it wasn't just like a little bendy. It was like wrinkly. It was so weird. I don't know.
It aged.
So that's our task for tomorrow. Fix the mouse pads.
Tomorrow?
Well,
Yeah, I guess
wash
so.
them all. Like properly wash. Chuck them
Yeah.
in the bath. Are we going to be doing that at like 2 in the morning? Is that the plan?
I guess you're right, yeah. So how do you feel about the new Doom game?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
when's the
love
next
it.
stream?
Maybe tomorrow, but no promises. I can say whatever I want. This will be coming out in like a week.
That's
So
true. It's already happened.
no one can hold me to it. Yeah.
Probably.
I love it. I think a lot of the initial backlash online that it's too slow, not difficult enough or whatever, I feel like they're not adapting to the new gameplay systems. This has been a thing with every new Doom game. They're all really different and they all place emphasis on different things. This game is still really high APM, just like Eternal. It's just that, the dynamic of like weapon swapping to do more damage has been replaced with balancing both your hands, weapon in one, shield in the other. You need to use both really well to kind of maximize your efficiency, I guess. And I found it really fun. I really like it. There's a lot that you can do with the shield. And I think the gameplay system they've made and how it fits into the time period the game is set in. It's a prequel. It happens before. Tech isn't as advanced. Doom Guy doesn't have his fucking super arms or whatever he uses to swap weapons. I think it's really good. And I'm really excited to keep playing. So that's how you'll get more streams from me, because I want to keep playing.
Yeah. Are you gonna like play it all on stream or?
I want to try, yeah. I haven't played since my last stream, so we'll see how that goes though.
I can't imagine it's like super long.
It's about like 20 hours, which is decent for a Doom game. I thought it was 20 hours at least. I might be wrong.
That sounds about right. I feel like 2016 was like 15, 20.
Yeah, and that game was like longer than Eternal, I found anyway, because I struggled more with 2016 than Eternal.
Struggled how? Like in what way?
Like difficulty. I wasn't able to like adapt to the systems as well. I was also like 12, so
Right.
Did you play it on console?
Yeah.
How
I
was
got
it?
it on PS4. My dad bought it for me. It
Oh,
was
that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, because I always played Doom growing up and stuff, so he saw it in store on sale and he got me like the special edition.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that game. It's so good.
And you haven't played Eternal?
No, I haven't played Eternal yet.
You
I
have
will.
to. It's so
I mean,
good.
I played the first like hour on stream with yous, remember? But I didn't go back. Yet.
You should.
I know. I have a huge backlog of games.
Me too.
Me too. Most people do.
Witcher 3 has been on there for like genuinely 5-6 years. It's been in my library the whole time, and I have it in my favorited games on Steam as like a reminder to like play this game and don't forget, and then I forget. So
yeah, well, I mean, how much time have you had now? It's like 10 years it's been out.
Yeah, and I was 10 when it came out. So, like...
I don't care. I don't want to hear the excuses. I was playing RPGs when I was 10.
I don't think I would have been allowed to play Witcher.
No, definitely. I mean, the fucking opening scene is Geralt in a bath.
Were your two's parents like particularly strict with like what you were allowed to watch or play?
I grew up watching horror movies like with my parents. They didn't care, which I'm glad for.
But that was like you as a baby, right? Like you're like a 1-year-old watching like Saw.
No, like I mean maybe. I don't remember that. I don't believe I was like conscious till I was like 5 or something. I have like no memories before that.
Huh.
Do you?
I have older memories, yeah.
Really? Like
I told you about one. Generally dream related.
Well, that makes sense. But like, you know, day-to-day life as a 2-year-old, you got that?
No, I was living in Wagga Wagga back then. And my first memories are moving to where we live now. So
that'd be fucking crazy though. Imagine you're like conscious when you're like 1 year old. You're just in the crib for like 10 hours.
What about you, Pingu?
Well,
what were your parents like with
I do remember bragging to a friend that my dad let me play Halo 1. And then I think from there, they just didn't really care. I didn't really push it either. Like I didn't try to play GTA or anything like that. But they let me play COD and stuff and didn't really make a fuss about it. I mean, it was the classic excuse of like, oh, it's just aliens, you know, it's not humans.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I got to play.
You go.
I'm just saying I'm thankful that I got to play stuff because like I have so much nostalgia now for a lot of game series that like, or like MA15 and shit like that.
And I guess they would have aged better than like if your favorite game at age like 10 was like Peggle or something, you know?
Oh my god. Fucking Peggle. That's the
Peggle
first thing that came to mind.
Though. My dad would play it with us.
Love pegging.
You gotta play Nobody's Number Factory then.
I have a very vivid memory of me asking my dad if I can play Call of Duty World at War. And he says, you got to play it when you're, like, you got to wait till when you're 12. And I said, like, that's 4 years away. So
that's crazy.
That kind of gives you an idea of the age I started. It is. I was pissed. I was really pissed.
I mean, I remember my mom had like a Bejeweled phase. She would like, I'd go in the computer room because we had like dedicated computer room back in the day. And fucking all she'd be doing is like online shopping on eBay on one tab, the other tab, Bejeweled 3. She was cracked at it too. Fucking crazy. It was like the Candy Crush of the boomers.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I think my mom had a Candy Crush phase too.
My mum did too. I remember her having like
my mom was on that real
high
shit.
Scores.
Fuck Candy Crush. Bejeweled.
Has your mom ever played any like real games?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Because your whole family plays games except for her. I feel like at some point you'd be like, let me tap in.
I know she's played like mobile games. I have a feeling like something like that I could get her into.
I think so too. There's definitely some games you probably enjoy.
Yeah.
I see her as like a word game enjoyer.
Honestly, probably.
Like what kind of mobile games? Is she like crazy on Clash of Clans?
Clash of Clans? No, I don't think so. Candy Crush, and I was too young to take notice of much else, I think. She hasn't played much in a while, so she's a podcast watcher now.
Oh,
interesting.
Well, hello. I regret saying some of the stuff I've said then. Can we cut the Peggle joke out?
I don't know if she watches these, but I know she's got like podcasts like that she puts on at night and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought
she might watch
But
these.
she has,
You're
I'm
not
pretty
safe,
sure.
Shady.
Oh.
That reminds me, we had a funny moment the other day where
Oh, this is so good.
she came in the room and was like, "Congrats on 70K, Laura." And you know, we all clapped. We're all like praising her, and then you too. You're almost at 10K. I'm like, yeah, thank you. And then I looked at Laura like, does she know that I have another channel? And then when we took Laura to an appointment, and it was just her and I in the waiting room, I was like, she's like, oh, check it out. I have your YouTube channel as like a widget, or not widget, like a shortcut on my phone screen here. I was like, oh, that's cool. Do you know I have another channel? And she like freaked out when she was like looking through it and seeing all like the view numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel so stupid.
I remember her saying like, "Oh my God, you're famous."
That's cute though. Laura's mom is like
It
really
was cute.
lovely.
It's very
She's
cute.
so nice. I've always been surprised that my parents are like as supportive of what I do as they are. Like when I was out of high school, I'm like, yeah, I think I want to give YouTube a go. Like, okay, go for it.
Yeah, it's chill. Well, instead of yapping, we should probably get on to the next topic and get to the questions.
Probably.
Have we done a question yet?
Nope.
No. We still
we're
have
on
like
a
4
roll.
more pre-question bullet points. No.
Oh my God. Okay.
We might want to move some back. The peripheral stuff we'll come back to. Let's go
Yeah.
to the tournament question. All right, are you ready?
Yep. Okay.
A tournament is coming up and you need a team of 5 players. You are one of the players. Who else are you picking up for your team? No repeats, take turn picking. So my idea is like this is a vaguely objective-based game that's like nobody mains yet, but it's like fairly mechanics forwards and has like a variety of aiming styles. So this is purely like FPS players that you think are very good generally, that you would want to have on your squad.
Okay. I like this.
This is hard though.
It is tough. I got one. Give me Hollow.
Interesting.
But what is the game though?
Well, we can't really define it. I'd say not a tech shooter. Maybe something kind of vaguely like XDefiant, where it's
Oh, let me solo.
you know,
I'll pick me.
where it's got like a variety of aim styles, a little bit of movement, and some objective play.
XDefiant with Apex time to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollow adds up then.
I also think he's just really good. I've been quite impressed whenever I see him play anything, and he was really good at Overwatch too.
He makes it look
Yeah.
so easy. Like his decision making, I feel like is underrated.
I agree.
He just makes every lobby look so free.
What about you?
Do you want to go next? Oh, I'll go
June?
next.
I'm thinking.
I'll take. To me, this is between. I think I would go Rafa. For
Rafa.
the comms.
So you're thinking
and
like
for the
pro-
IGL.
I was thinking like vaguely aim community adjacent people. Are we going like anyone?
Oh, I'm not at all. No.
Okay.
Could be
I was
anybody.
thinking anyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you
Let's
take
go-
Scump?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
just
I
depends
guess
on
it's
the AA.
XDefiant, like.
Can he play roller?
He can play roller. But we don't know how good the AA is. I guess we'll
Hey,
assume it's like
no.
every other game in existence.
Scump gets a pass. Scump is good. I mean, man plays Valorant and stuff as well.
That's cool, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just like the goat of FPSs. I was looking in my cupboard the other day. I still have my old Optic jerseys.
That's
From
so
when I was like
cool.
a huge Optic fan. I've got the Optic cap and everything. I need to take a selfie.
Have I showed you
with
my
it.
Mind Freak one?
Yeah, actually, the first time I walked into your house, your sister was wearing the Mind Freak jersey.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
right.
That's
Showing
cool.
off to you.
Yeah. Now that you said Scump, though, I can't think of anyone else. My brain is like malfunctioning.
I mean,
I guess I'll go with him.
This is.
You,
so
I mean,
fun.
you picked for me, but yeah. Wait, we still have 2 more
else?
picks.
What do you mean 2 more? Oh, do you actually? Yeah, you should double pick, right? Is it go in reverse order now?
Because, yeah, we got 3 people. We need 2 more.
Well, no, we each have our own players.
I don't know if I
No,
can
I
think of that many
can't do
people in this
that.
spot.
You can't think of
No.
5?
Us 3 are picking the team, okay? Of 5.
Okay, so we have. Well, I guess it's a team of 8 because us 3 are in there too. So we have Hollow, Scump, Rafa.
Okay. We have 2 shooters and a brain player. Who is like a tank player in Overwatch? Just take space for our shooters.
Oh my god.
I mean, shit,
Ah,
I want
like-
to play because it sounds fun, but I don't
Okay,
think I could keep
what about
up.
3 players?
Well, you go then, since it's so easy. You go. Pick your 3.
I mean, you just pick some mechanics nerds and pick some esports players. I'm just trying to think of various esports. I was thinking TF2, and I feel like the best generalist would probably be bot mode. He's dipped his toes into a lot of FPS. But I think for a COD, like, I have to go with somebody else. For some reason, Emrek is coming to mind, just because like that guy picks up games so fast.
Sure.
I mean, I could just take a random CS pro, right? Because they'll be good at whatever, at least to a
Right.
decent degree. And like the peak mechanics that come from tac shooters will translate really well to any FPS.
So who are you thinking?
Oh, that's a tough one though, because like not everybody has the same level of translation, and nobody plays anything else.
Give me a leash.
I was going to say, doesn't
taking a
Elise
lead?
play like high cents? Doesn't he play
I'm
like
taking
30,
a
40
lead.
cents?
He does, yeah. He plays, I think, 37.
Yeah.
And I know his tracking
Verbal
is good.
adapt. Yeah.
Shit.
Yoinked.
That's a good shout. I don't know. Do I just take Monaseer? I feel like his mechanics would translate reasonably well. I guess so. Why not?
Okay. Your turn, JD.
I don't really know Counter-Strike players, apart from like Elise.
Well, you don't have to go for CS. It could be anybody.
Well-
Just even like an AIM community member who you think is correct.
We need like a IQ.
I thought about
player.
Riley.
Riley?
That's true, actually.
Yeah, I could see that, honestly.
XDefiant LAN.
sure.
You're taking
Did Riley play XDefiant?
I don't
yeah,
remember seeing
I
any
played it with her.
gameplay. Oh
We both
yeah,
hated
I
the
remember
game.
she watched me play for a bit. You both did.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did not enjoy it.
Why
Good times
not?
though.
The haters.
Because the game is bad, I think.
Fuck you. Well, no, because you said that. I'm not taking Riley anymore. Get out. You don't like the game?
Oh yeah, well
I'll
she was
take
good at
fucking.
it. She just
I'm
didn't
taking
like it.
tens. Nah. I'm taking tens.
That's so stupid.
Oh, we gotta run it back, JD, before the game goes.
I think it's gone.
It's gone.
I think so.
Is XDefiant dead? I think it is gone.
I can't imagine
no.
anyone's even playing it.
Dawn of the 5th day, 120 hours remain. 2 days ago. We can still play. We can run it back.
Shit, we got like 80 hours?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I really liked XDefiant.
I liked it too.
But like as soon as the news came out that it was gonna get shut down, it killed my like want to get on the game because it's like I just felt like I was playing for nothing. All my
No.
stats, all my accounts gonna be gone.
I am not knowledgeable here, but didn't it get shut down because of Ubisoft imploding, not because of the game or its player base? Or am I like misremembering?
I don't know. I don't think it was like I think just Ubisoft thought that it was like underperforming and then just like pulled the plug. But then they also be having their own issues in that company.
Yeah.
So it's probably a bit of both.
I'm glad Embark. I'm glad that the same thing hasn't happened to the finals, because I'm sure they had like bigger ambitions for that game, player count wise.
Did you see they're doing like an esports tour?
I did.
yeah.
I've had people ask if I'm going to play in it. Us three?
I think we need an RGL really bad in that game.
We'll get Sleeping Bunnies. He's an IQ player.
Oh, good point, right? IQ player.
He's really good at finals. He'll be our light.
Yeah.
Because of his IQ.
Insert. Oh, this is message to future me. Insert clip of him getting crushed by the fucking point. After saying he's an aim trainer main.
Who do you think I am? I'm a name trainer.
There's swords on the base.
Sorry. Oh shit.
Bunny. Don't die. Oh my.
I got squished.
So
Wait, did we finish our esports team or whatever?
We all have
we got
one
one
more
more.
at least.
Oh god, I don't know.
I want to say Focus Battlefield.
That's a good shout.
That guy is good at every game ever. He's got really solid fundamental aim, super consistent, and he will just compete in every single game that comes out and do well. And he's the Gundam goat, so I gotta give credit for that.
Okay.
Yeah, good shout.
I'll say Strafing Flame. I think he would be really
I got
good at
beef with
picking
him.
up. You got beef with him?
I got beef with him.
killed you in
Remember
Apex?
my first Apex game? I'm versing Strafing Flame.
That's right.
It's so fucked.
No, I don't have any beef. He's cool.
I think he has really, really strong like fundamental mechanics. He's very smart as well about how he goes about like improving his mechanics, and just really good. I think he'd pick up new games really quickly too.
I feel like we should have picked an Overwatch player at some point.
Oh well, don't leave
Like
that
a
up to me.
Haunter.
I was thinking Haunter as well, but he's kind of not playing much.
Doesn't matter. We revive him.
Bring him back from the dead to play an XDefiant like. I'm sure he'd love that.
I think I picked like Lyric. He's pretty fucking good at like.
Oh, that's a good
fast
one.
movement.
That's a
That is a
good
good one.
one.
He's crazy
Lyric
at
is
finals.
really
every time
good.
every time I pop in his chat, he's like just owning, like dropping mad kills in the game.
You got Tens and Lyric on your team. You got a
Ten
streamer ass
Lyric,
team.
Scum.
Why don't you get Shroud as well? Why not? Scum, that's right.
The content farm team. I see what you're going for here,
You may
Jamie.
lose, but you'll get a
Yeah.
video out of it. I
Get them
play
all in a
against
call.
it.
I played at LAN with Scump, Lyric, and Tens.
just throwing out the keywords. Million fucking view video. I'm on that 200 IQ shit. I'm thinking ahead.
Lose the battle, win the war.
Yeah, we may win the game, but they'll have content careers after it's over. So are you two out?
I think so. I think that's all I got. I'm happy with my team. 4v4.
I'm very happy with mine.
I forgot I have to plan it. I'm gonna get rolled. What the?
Me too. Me too.
I'll play medic.
Oh,
Simple.
you would too. That's the worst part. You would get into this crazy tournament and you'd be the fucking medic.
Maybe they have like a TF2 like medic.
TFT medic's cool. Anyway, that was a great question. Thank you. I'll
Thank
need to look up
you.
who actually asked it later, and I'll put on-screen credit.
Would you rather permanently play with mouse randomizer on, Windows default mouse accel, or only play controller? This is fucked.
No, this one's easy for me. I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
I
for
mean
you.
every. Well, no, I'm
would
not
rather
gonna
play
say
controller
what you
than
think.
Excel?
No, can I get my fucking words out, you cunts? Fucking no, I would not play roller because I get bored so fast. But I feel like every time I start a stream, I have to change my commands because I change my sense so much. So it's like,
Oh, I was thinking that this is like a sense randomizer. Like
Yeah, so it
actively,
constantly
like while you're
changes.
playing, it's constantly changing.
oh,
So it depends like how
Yeah.
it changes though. If it's stepwise, that's fucked. If it's gradual, doable.
I was thinking like just like every match is like different.
No,
Then
that's
I'd
way
take
too
that for
easy.
sure. That's too easy.
Then fuck that. I'm taking the Windows mouse Excel.
I might take the Excel too, honestly.
I feel like that shit doesn't
Now-
even matter in games nowadays.
It doesn't.
Okay,
Is
well, you're
that's the
cheating.
thing.
Imagine if
Is
it
that,
did.
Can I pull the cheat
Assume
code?
it
Like,
did.
okay,
No,
okay.
no.
We're the Raw Input podcast. Are you telling me
It's
we're
like
not going to be
games use
using
raw
raw input? Like,
Yeah.
I like
we
That's
all
very
rushed to
good.
get that one out. Raw input.
that's my vote for sure, though. You've seen me on controller. I can't do that. No fucking
Oh my
chance.
god, it's fucking putrid. I never want to see that
maybe-
again.
Maybe gyro, though. I'm kind of good with that.
Oh shit, that's a good point. That'd be fun.
Yeah, true.
That would be kind of fun.
But then like being stuck on it would suck.
True.
It's a fun thing to do as a project, less fun when you have to do it forever.
I wouldn't want to
Reduced
main
to
it.
Jade tracking.
You mean the rank or?
The rank, yes.
Okay. Throwing shade right in front of me.
I actually don't mind using sense randomizers in tracking games. I feel like it's not that debilitating. But if it's not a tracking game, then we got some problems.
What else do you play there?
I guess. Well, I played Battlefield for a while.
True. You got that. You lock in. Learn the randomization.
And if it's stepwise, no, there's just no chance. Where it just like randomly kicks up your sense to 2x.
Yeah,
mid-flick.
that's
It's
stupid.
awful.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's why I'm taking the Excel.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's probably the most learnable of the three.
Yeah, but now that I know the extent of the sense randomizer, then that's an easy question.
All right, that's good.
What's another question?
Do you want to go back and talk about projects that we're working on, or do you want to go from that question?
I'd be
Well,
keen,
I don't know
yeah.
what that third tick is. What the fuck is ARYE RCC-01? You were
So-
like,
That one.
before we were starting, you're like, you should take the lead, JD. And I'm just looking at that, and I'm like, well, how the fuck am I gonna talk about that? I don't even know what that is.
Well, that one's mine to discuss. It's a mouse, actually. This mouse used to be called the FCC-01, and it was announced like 3 years ago. People did not think it would ever exist, and it's a G303 305 like evolution. They kind of took a lot of the ideas that worked from that shape and builds upon them, and I actually like it. And I don't get it because I hate the 305. And I'm in a weird spot because I want to make a second channel video about it where I can comfortably recommend this mouse to people who don't like the G305 when it's known as like a G305 clone. And I don't really know what to do with that. It's really weird.
G305 is the egg, right?
It is the egg, yeah. They've like de-egged it though. It doesn't have the super exaggerated top grooves or the massive like bump at the back. They've actually just like left a hole in the top of the mouse where the hump is meant to go. So
I like the sound of that.
So the shape itself, I'll put it on screen here, but there's a hole where the hump is, and then it kind of both sides angle inwards, not to a point, but they both angle into it to where the mouse gets very thin at the front.
It's
So
really
it's not
thin.
really egg at all, but it is unique. But yeah, I'm in the kind of the same boat where it's not for egg users, which is what most people were expecting. At least I don't think so. And I don't know who it's for, but
Agreed.
it is good.
And I also noticed, and maybe this is a symptom of it still being a little egg-like, I was really struggling with the sensor rotation. How I hold it angles the sensor. I've never had a problem with this before, but like I would make like a wide angle movement in like Valorant or something, and I'd be looking at the floor, and I'm just like, well, how the fuck is this happening? Never had that happen before with anything. I am probably going to mess around with sensor rotation because I know if I mention this in the video and don't try sensor rotation, I'm going to get like 100 comments saying, just use raw accel sensor rotation. But it's been really weird to have that experience, and also it's been really weird to like a shape like this. I know you say it's not that eggy. I think it's still, it feels familiar in the hand, and I think it is because it is kind of eggy. It has like the top flare coming in towards the front, but it's not as bulbous, which I like. It's weird though. It's really weird.
So we did some MS Paint tests where you close your eyes, hold the mouse, and then move left and right. And that angle that's created by the line kind of determines your sensor rotation caused by your grip, right? And typically, Viscose is much flatter than mine. But with that mouse, hers is like 15-degree angle, and mine is like flat. And I think that comes down to the way that we hold the mouse with our pinky.
Yeah, mine's right at the front. But I also want to say, I think I subconsciously account for the rotation of my OP1. Because like when I hold it, the sensor is rotated, right? But this is so extreme that even my subconscious like accounting for it, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I think it's good though. I'm keen to use it more, get some more thorough thoughts, and I don't know who it's for yet. That's what I'm really trying to figure out and really struggling with. Like, who would I recommend it to?
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
know.
either.
I'll
get back
it looks
to
cool.
everyone and like, yeah, it does. I like it aesthetically.
It's just
And
unique
personally, for
looking.
me, I cannot fingertip it at all because of the length. Where, if I try to fingertip it, my fingers are on like the very edge of the buttons, and I also have like no range of motion. My hands are a lot smaller than Laura's, and if I claw it, it's like okay, but it's just an interesting thing that I've never really had happen with a mouse before. I guess because most buttons or most mice have longer buttons.
I guess so, yeah.
But yeah,
I'm happy it exists. I'm glad that like, you know, get to try a unique shape again.
People go crazy for the egg.
True. I just hope it's eggy enough for them.
it's hard to say because like I don't even really understand why people like the egg shape so much.
Likewise, and I think it's why I'm struggling to get my thoughts together on this mouse. You hate it too, right, JD?
Oh, I fucking despise it. But to be fair, it's just not good shape for my hands. Too wide. I like a thin mouse, like the OP1
I wonder what you'd think of this one, because they've thinned it down, you know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe first egg mouse I like? Question mark.
Maybe.
Do you remember that Logitech Shroud mouse?
I do. Did you try it?
Did you like that one?
I never tried. It was too expensive for me.
I never tried it myself, but that shit looked crazy.
It's 300 AU? What the fuck?
What? I guess it's discontinued, right?
I guess so, yeah. That's crazy.
I didn't realize it was that much.
I wonder how much it retailed for. I'm guessing that's just like the only price you can buy it at now.
True, yeah.
Do you want to talk about rotation more generally?
Oh, I want to try it first, honestly. Give me a couple weeks. I don't have overly strong thoughts yet. I just didn't really feel like it did anything for me. Even though like the sensor is rotated in my normal grip, I just didn't, I don't know. feel the need to account for it. I feel like I automatically do. Do you?
That's something I don't understand, because with the Duos mouse you got me in the settings, you can change like the sensor angle.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I don't know what that does.
So if you were to move your mouse directly left to right, it would make a straight line on the screen, right?
Yeah.
But if you were to add 30 degrees of sensor rotation and you move your mouse directly left to right, it would make a 30-degree angle on the screen.
Ooh. That's weird.
The function of it, is for people who do that like paint tests and they see that their natural wrist motion does not create a straight line because of the sensor being like physically rotated. You can counteract that with software rotation and get that quote unquote intuitive aim.
You say that with disdain.
Okay, my short thoughts on it, because we're talking about it so much, that I used it for about 1,000 hours, and I feel like muscle group blending never got as good as no rotation, because the rotation that your wrist wants is a little bit different than the ones that your fingers and your arm wants, and it just gets kind of complex for really no benefit.
I hold my mouse to the left.
Has it ever been something that bothered you, JD, holding your mouse like that?
No, it's kind of just like a comfort thing, but I do know that like when I like flick it is a little off, but I never thought to fix it. I just thought it was like part of my aim.
Maybe you could
how
try.
I aimed. I don't know. Isn't that the what's the Valorant thing everyone likes? The angle snapping?
No, it's not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's still your aim.
Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting though that it never got better after 1,000 hours. Like,
I mean, it did get better, and it got to the point where I never thought about it, but it never got to the point being as intuitive and being as, functional as no rotation.
it's crazy though. The people, I don't know, hype it up so much, and I know I will get comments like that if I mention it and don't talk about it in the video. Like that I had issues with the sensor being rotated and I don't talk about sensor rotation, I guess.
I feel like there's so many people who have that natural rotation and you just account for it.
I mean, yeah, that's how it's always been for me.
Fixing it through the software only adds complexity for really no benefit, I feel. And it's a setting that I've found the hardest to adapt to
Harder
from
than
switching.
Excel?
Harder than Excel, harder than
Really?
just flat sensitivity. It's one that like the changes are so small that you won't even notice that it's taking place until you do like a big motion. Like, ooh, that's not right.
Don't you have a story with a mouse with a very rotated sensor and with tripod? Or are you saving that for a video?
I do. I talked about it in the code notes video where I got this like crazy looking 3D printed mouse. It was really cool, sculpted to, how you would normally clog up a mouse, but the only thing that's on the mouse are like where your fingers actually touch it, and it looks like skeletal, like a lunar lander. And I might have shown it off already actually in a previous video, but I put out a kind of like small retrospective on it, and the moment that I decided like I don't want to commit to this anymore is when I fought somebody that I knew from the Raw Input Discord in Fragpunk, and I just could not lock in no matter how hard I tried. The small changes that rotation caused were like, okay, I just don't feel precise enough. Let me pull out the HSK. And for the entire game, with a mouse that I have like 2,000 hours with, it didn't feel right. Like every time I would 180 or even do like a 90-degree flick, it would be on this really, really steep angle. And that feeling is so defeating of like my muscle memory being wrong,
Who won the match?
I lost by one. I was sad about it.
Oh no!
But it wasn't the other person who won either.
Oh,
Some random.
okay.
And
I
that
mean,
fucker
did
used
you
the
hit
turtle in
them?
the back with the no headshot.
You hit him with the. I'm using an experimental mouse right now, so this match didn't help.
I did that to Zemi actually. One of the first times we ever played against each other. I was like, yeah, I posted a clip and tagged her as like, didn't say anything about the mouse, but she could see that I was using the lunar lander.
So technically
That's
not
good.
a GG.
Sorry, Zimmy.
To take a break from the aiming stuff, I like this one. Favorite streamer / content creator doesn't have to be aim community specific. And I think I know everyone's answers, but I still want to hear
I think so too.
everyone's answers.
What's your answer?
I'm going first.
Oh,
I feel like the only one that's up in the air is JD's, because there's
I
two
agree.
that could be for me.
But I have a pretty
I have a strong
good
hunch
guess,
as well.
I think. Yeah.
Really? I'm curious. I'm actually
Gemma?
curious.
It's German.
Oh. Right. No, he didn't even come to mind though for me. And you know why?
Really?
Because he's retired. So it doesn't
mean
really
he can't
count
be
anymore.
favorite.
You still
So
watch
who
his
would you
videos,
say?
no?
I watch his videos and VODs and shit, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's retired, but he comes and streams. He just did the Elden Ring, the new DLC or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
that's cool.
The
That's
Night Rain
cool.
stuff. He just did that yesterday. But I didn't watch because I need to play Elden Ring. It's just I haven't done it yet. And every time I tell people I haven't played Elden Ring, they're like, "You're stupid. What are you doing?"
Okay, I can't take this as fence. Who else would even be on the list then, other than NL? Or would that be your answer?
I mean, NL, again, I'm kind of just like a YouTube Andy, you know? I don't really watch his
That's fine.
streams.
Content creator.
Yeah. I love Gemma. I love Nonline.
Is there anybody else who would be in contention? Those are the two I had in mind.
Me too.
Other than that, the only other, like, streamers I watch are, like, friends and stuff.
But what about
So-
not streamer, but content creator? Just anything.
I just watch a lot of random crap. I'm like that person that just watches the YouTube shorts for, like, 3 hours. Because I just
Oh my god.
I just keep seeing one and it appeals to me and I'm like, that looks interesting. Like,
No, I
last
didn't
night...
used to get it. I get it though. The fucking sword
Yeah.
guys. I think they're so cool. I like them.
Last night, I spent like an hour watching what is the best cars in the Need for Speed series. Like, why does it matter? Like, why
Yeah,
am
that's
I
kinda
watching
fire,
this shit at
actually.
like 4 a.m.?
No, that's awesome, honestly.
Power ranking stuff does get me as well.
Yeah, especially because
Top
it's
10
like
strongest people in One Punch Man.
We gotta make some.
What would we make? What if top 10 Roy Input members?
We can't do that.
Employee
I
of
made
the
a
month.
diabolical skill tier list for my old community, and I still
Oh,
think about it
no.
and wince sometimes.
You poor
Even though it's just for
soul, that's
fun,
fine.
but it was like... it was just like, why did I do that? How did I have so little social awareness that people would not be happy about this?
No, that's aura. I like that.
I don't think anybody
It's
was
not lack
actually
of social
mad.
awareness. You just didn't give a fuck. I like
Yeah.
that.
People were motivated to keep playing, actually, which is the funny thing. But it was not good.
Oh yeah, but what's your answers?
Do you want to have a guess? I feel like you could guess them both.
Me too.
Joseph Anderson.
It's gotta be. I was thinking about other creators, like Jacob Geller's gotta be up there. But I don't know. I don't think
H-bomb.
anyone has like made me reevaluate anything as often as Joe's videos. And I like his streams a lot too. Very funny, very entertaining.
Yeah, he's chill. I like his videos.
It's
You
actually
showed me
really
him
impressive
initially.
to me that he's got both streaming and his like video essay style like so down pat.
Right?
Because there's such separate skills and they're so different in terms of appeal, but he just kind of owns them both.
Yeah, it's really impressive to me. I don't know, I couldn't do it. I can't do the streams. I can't make videos that well.
You, whatever.
Well, like at the same time, or
Generally, I cannot
what are
imagine.
you talking about?
Okay, but my videos aren't 5 hours long and they're not coherent the whole way through. I don't have through lines through a 5-hour video that'll culminate in a really satisfying payoff and a twist at the end in a video essay. Who puts twists in fucking video essays? I can't do that. I don't have that level of like
Oh fuck, the Witcher
planning
one
and
was
forethought.
good. That
Yeah,
got
the
me
Witcher
good.
1 video. It's so good. It's so good. And like what I appreciate the most about his videos is that through forcing me to think and reconsider my positions on games I really like, or games I dislike. I don't know, it's like he gives me a better understanding of the games. I really appreciate it. And of course, you know, there's series like The Witcher, which he introduced me to. But even stuff like Fallout 4, through thinking about the game and why I liked it despite his criticisms, I figured out how to make it more enjoyable for myself through, you know, modding or trying to lean into certain playstyles, which I enjoyed more. I don't know. It's kind of crazy how much of, like, you know, he gets a lot of shit for being too critical and then he just hates. But I have had a very different kind of interaction with his videos, I guess. It's more about prompting thought instead of do I agree or disagree, if that makes sense.
Me and you gave really different answers. You said all that and I'm like, I like German because he's silly.
Okay, there's a bit of that for Joe too, though.
He is quite silly.
JD, have you seen the video where
Which one?
fuck, what is it? Where Jacksepticeye shouts him out, and then Jack comes onto the stream. I got it. You have to watch this after the.
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, well, after this, I'm showing you.
Yeah.
There's like a secondhand dies of cringe warning in that video that you have to.
It's so funny.
You have to
Oh
hear.
god.
It's
I'm not good with secondhand cringe.
okay. It's not that bad because they're like
Okay.
you know they both respect each other, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like you know you have a certain character you put on with a certain friend group, and it's very kind of I don't want to say infantile, but like you have a lot of in jokes basically, and then
Yeah.
someone else comes out that you respect. And you're just like in that mode and you can't get out of that mode and they're just like watching you be like this. I can't.
Yeah, it's like personality A with friend group B.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that's so funny. I have to show you. Anyway, that's enough. Pingu, your turn.
My answer is Northern Lion, obviously.
Hell yeah.
I've actually snuck him into basically every single one of my videos. on main channel, of course. But I'll always find like a relevant clip where I'll say like esports and I'll put him playing Rocket League. Or I'll say PUBG and I'll put him playing PUBG. And very occasionally people will pick up on it and be like, wait a minute, isn't that NL?
And you've snuck him
My
into some of
favourite
my
egg.
videos too. Or the Voltaic video.
Oh yeah, he's in the intro for the Voltaic Flick video.
Yeah.
He's also I watched the Voltaic TikToks that we made recently, and I snuck him in one of theirs too, and I didn't even realize he's just like in the recommended.
He's just hanging out.
But yeah, he's definitely been like, if he didn't exist, I think my life would look very different.
Shit, I'd have insomnia.
Well, because he got you into Bomb Party, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing, is that the word game that I played in the Dactyl video was like my first online community. And I only got into that game because of Northern Lion. He played it on an NLSS ages ago, and I was like, that game looks pretty cool, let me try it. And then suddenly I have like 1,000, 2,000 hours. My first online friends ever are from that game. My first relationship started from that game. I got into TF2 because of that game. I got into the MMO that I talked about the other day, or the other podcast, because of TF2. Like, there's a butterfly effect there that starts, I think, with NL.
It all comes back
That's
to
actually
Northern Lion.
crazy.
It's fucking nuts, actually.
I mean, I guess you could always go deeper, but
Like what got you into Binding of Isaac?
But then you said you wouldn't want to meet him.
Yeah, that was crazy to me. That you wouldn't
Really?
want to like say hi, get a photo.
okay, well, I would say hi and get a photo, but the question was like, would you go out to dinner, or would you like do a podcast?
Take him on
Would
a
you show up on
date.
the live stream?
I'm whining and dining.
I feel like he actually, I wouldn't say hate me, but I think you'd be like, this person's so uninteresting. Because he just talks to nerds all day in his Twitch chat. You know, I'm not special.
I mean, you're
when
sitting
he's
across
off
from him.
stream. What'd you say?
Challenge him to
You're
a
sitting
bonfire
across from
duel.
him. Yeah, I'm sure he would like give you the time of the day. He'd listen. He seems like a very
I mean,
nice
like,
dude.
yeah. I mean, if I saw him, I might ask for a photo, right? But I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
If the hypothetical was like, you know, would you go to Macca's with Northern Lion? I'd be
Don't
like,
ever
no.
say that again. Macros.
I'm trying to integrate into Australian culture.
I'm gonna like beat you up now. That was
Okay,
awful.
whatever. Went to
Macros.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Oh my god.
I think the other big thing from Northern Lion, aside from the fact that I've watched him like every day for the past, I want to say like 15 years, was Apex, where he played Apex on stream, and that was
I didn't know that, actually.
he's like one of 3 reasons I got into that game. But no Apex means no Kovacs video as well, so there's another link there.
Which means I probably wouldn't have gotten into. I might have.
Oh shit!
I might have. I definitely bought it because of your video, but I might have ended up like getting it anyway because I was playing Aim Lab at that point.
Okay.
No
That would be
viscose aim
cool.
training.
But no Maddie OW though. Like
No,
that's
I
no
live in that
Matthew.
world.
the Northern Lion created Maddie OW.
Oh, that's funny.
Mate, I can think about that shit all day. Like, it's just so crazy. You just sit and
It's
think.
so
and, like,
nuts.
all
isn't
these
it?
lines connecting everything.
And it's like, how the fuck did things work out the way they did? Hey,
Yeah.
this
That leads to a
actually
good
connects
question.
pretty well to another question.
Yeah.
I'm going to lead into it here, so it looks intentional. Where do you think you would be if you didn't get into FPS or aim training? Like, if you're barred from playing multiplayer FPS, what genre of game would you gravitate towards?
Those are 2 different, I think.
Or-
2 different questions.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's start with the first one. Like,
So-
where would it be if we never got into FPS or aim training?
Oh, fuck. It's impossible. I don't know. I don't like. What did I like? I liked reading. I liked writing. I liked strategy. I liked chess, RTS games. And I don't know. I think I
You'd
would
be
have
like a
felt
League
forced
player.
into like, oh, fuck that. That's horrible. Why would you say that?
Sorry.
That's awful.
I mean, RTS died. That's all we have left, right?
Fuck you. I'm playing fucking Rise of Nations.
You'll play EU4 or
2025.
some shit.
I have no idea what I'd do for work, honestly. Because, like,
Hmm.
if not this, then I would probably be, like, I don't know, video editing for someone else, script writing.
Well, you wouldn't have got into video editing if not for...
Exactly.
Much to think about.
I think there's a decent chance I would have ended up writing something still. I don't know what, though. But that's genuinely all I got. I would be writing and playing, like, Minecraft and RTS games and story games, I guess.
That's tricky for me because I only rediscovered my love of writing when I got into content stuff. So I don't know if I would be leaning to that skill at all.
Interesting. I probably, like I've told you, I've written like video essays about video games before I was like super big into aim training and FPS. I probably would have still made videos at some point, maybe. But even though it's really tough, it's tough to say.
I think I might have been on that trajectory too. At least, oh, well, then that's like FPS because like COD commentaries, I used to like pretend to do them and I'll just play. Did you ever do that, Jamie?
No.
No, I did. Me and my sister did. We recorded like duo commentary things.
So
No.
no. So June, did you? So you what? You would play like a COD match and then be like, "Hey YouTube,
I'd say hey, YouTube. I would say, what's up, guys?
what's up, guys? Back at you again with another video."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You heard the COD names? I was in the culture.
Yeah, you were though.
Oh, fuck.
That's.
Hey, you were too,
Ooh,
Jamie.
I'm yeah, but I didn't sit in my room alone being like, "Hey guys, it's me, YouTuber MissColourz here."
Yeah, you got your sister to sit in your room with you for your streams.
No, that was different. That's different. Let's not talk about that.
So now you want to change the topic?
Yes.
So where would you
Wait,
be without
Yeah,
FPS then?
I didn't answer. Wait, so is it? Can I still play video games, or is it just no
Yeah.
FPS?
No FPS.
Oh, that's easy. I mean, I would just be playing like RPGs and stuff. I fucking
Well, what
love
about
a good
like
single
just
player game.
your life generally then?
What did you do for work?
I don't think much would change. I guess I would probably
Variety
just
streamer.
yeah. I would probably still be like streaming or whatever. I would just get into a community of like different. I used to really like 100% in games and getting all the achievements and stuff. I would probably be like in that community.
I can see that, yeah.
I can see that too.
I really don't think much would change. It's the only thing that would change big is if I couldn't play video games, like any of them. I have no fucking clue what I would be doing. Because it's been such an integral part of my life. It's like
Me too.
the main thing, you know. I mean, growing up, I always wanted to work with animals and stuff, so maybe something to do with that. But I need my video games, so don't know.
Sorry, a thought has occurred to me. I want to get a fucking what's it called?
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck OLED. I really want to get one. I don't know. Do you have like any experience with them at all, JD, or do you also just want one?
I mean, I've never used one, but I don't think I would get one because I feel like if I'm gonna be playing games, I'd rather just play it on my PC.
That's fair, but what if it's like, I don't know, something you definitely could play on a handheld? For me, it's Spire, right? Like that's the obvious one, but also stuff like, I don't know.
FTL Multiverse?
Yeah, FTL, Witcher even.
For me, that's a slippery slope though, because then like I will not get out of bed, so like I need to, yeah.
Needing to
Like
get
that
the
when
PC kicks you up.
No, it's my morning routine. If I don't sit at my desk in the morning, I'm useless for the rest of the day. I forget to take my meds. I forget to do anything. I forget to have a fucking coffee. Like, I need that like shit. But yeah, I mean the few weeks where I had like a huge Pokemon phase, I was like in bed most of the day playing. I would get up and like make dinner, go back and play Pokemon.
Maybe it'd be dangerous for you then.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, they look cool, but I'm not getting one.
I still want to get one. I still
I know
really
my
wanna
limits.
get one. I don't know. My only worry is that like I'll buy it and then Valve will be like, Steam Deck 2, twice as good.
I mean, that's what happened to me with the Switch.
Oh my god!
Got a Switch, and then the Switch 2 was like, hey guys. But to be fair, I'm not actually that mad because I don't really plan to get a Switch 2 for ages, and it's all sold out anyway. And it's like, I can't imagine it's gonna be that much better than the Switch. Like the games run fine on it, so.
I saw they had the controller like act as a mouse.
That is the only thing like I'm really interested. I really want to hit a clip on the fucking Nintendo Switch mouse.
That's so good.
I'm sure you can just buy
I can
the
see
thing
the
separately.
fucking
Though.
title already. Anyway, sorry, I derailed that.
Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
I don't know if you answered Pingu. Where do you reckon you'd be?
It's tricky. I think for free time stuff, it's a little easier because I've got like 5 million half-baked hobbies. One of them would be more developed at this point instead of FPS.
What do you think?
You'd be like a musician or something.
I don't know, because like whenever I would
maybe.
pick up a hobby, it's like I want to be really good at this. At least back then. Nowadays, I can enjoy them in more casual ways. But like the first time I got into pen spinning, it's like I want to be like these really good pen spinners, things like that. Rubik's Cube, I want to have a world record. So it's possible that if I didn't get into games, I'd be like crazy at Rubik's Cubing.
That's funny. I can see it, honestly.
I do think my
Yeah,
speed
me too.
cubing phase would have lasted longer if I didn't get into games. But as for which hobby I would have ended up like sinking a shit ton of time into, I think it would have to be one that's social, and that's tricky. It probably would have been one of the other games that I ended up investing a lot of time into. So it's either OS or an MMO. That seems like the most likely trajectory to me. Another
can see
10,000
that
hours
too.
in some Korean MMO that eats my life away.
Well, the OS arc.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a pretty long arc. But it only ended, I think, because of FPS.
I wonder if I would have ended up being like a geometry dash grinder.
That's possible, right?
It is. I
Would
liked
you
the game as a kid.
Would you ever like a cheating arc like they all seem to do?
Cheating arc. I'd hope not. Nah, there's
Viscose
only been a
OC
couple.
exposed.
Exposed for cheating in geometry dash.
Yeah. Monty.
It is funny how that's like, I don't know. I feel like the most prominent event in that games community for the past like 5 years is Space UK cheating.
It doesn't seem like it's that common, though.
What, the cheating stuff?
Yeah.
There were a lot in the past.
I see.
Not so many as the game progressed. Space was a bit of an outlier.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to quantify it, I would say like, I don't know, stuff like Trackmania seems like it had a much bigger cheating problem.
How do you cheat in Trackmania?
Timescale.
Maybe
slow it down.
JD licking a GD is like you licking a Trackmania, though. Like, where we only hear about the cheaters.
Maybe. No, but I watch other videos about the game.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you say like
I
timescale?
wor- Yeah, slow it down.
Oh, that makes sense. I was thinking like cutting corners or something. Like,
That's funny.
I'm a bit worried that like similar things have happened in aim training and we just haven't noticed.
I'm sure.
I want to say that like, I think it would be harder here because your aim has to look human while cheating.
Mhm.
But like, we all know that can be done.
Maddie.
And there are like, no, Matthew's legit for sure. There are like no
Joking.
proof standards in this community though. I have like, I don't know, never streamed aim trainers, never boot streamed, never done any proof stuff. I
much
think
to
people,
about.
yeah, definitely ponderous. No, but I think it is kind of bad. But aim training is weird where it's like half competitive world record pushing and half like improving self-improvement. And I think because of that, people don't really see it as like something people would cheat at ever because it's just, you know, you're improving yourself. But people have
People
the same.
cheat at everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you can cheat at it, someone has.
That's a lesson I learned from Bomb Party, that word game, where like you just invite a random friend to play, and then after like 10 words, like, oh, that's not a word you thought of, and I can tell.
Are we thinking of the same person by chance?
Maybe, but it did happen a lot, honestly. Even just like people where I would just sit in the English room, and then like some random person would come in, and they would drop like abiogenesis. It's like, interesting.
Just the go to the game.
You just like, you're in a call with them, you just hear them typing on fucking Google before every answer.
I was just thinking like it's pretty low stakes in their mind and also low, like it's why so many people cheat at chess, right? Like it's like people know that there's engines that just tell you the best move and it's like, oh, okay, I'll just do that. Not realizing how
Yeah.
like obvious it is when someone's just doing that. I had a friend
Exactly.
do that to me once from school. I would fucking destroy him over the board like every time, and then I versed him online, and he was the fucking goat of the game. And it's like, okay.
Has it ever happened with games for you?
What games?
Like when if you invite a random person or you play with a mate or something and you can just tell like something's not right.
I don't think like any of my IRLs. I know the same one actually installed cheats for Counter-Strike and a LAN just to see what it looked like. And I have a clip on my phone somewhere of him whiffing a full mag with like blatant aimbot, like it's snapping to his head and missing over and over again, and then he dies and gets banned. I'll have to fucking find it. It's so funny.
Average cheater.
But besides that, I don't think so.
It's happened a few times with me over the years with playing COD, like random person will invite me or like, you know.
Like someone you knew or
No, not really anyone I knew. More just like, you know, like when you play a game, especially this would happen like in S&D a lot. You'd play with people and you'd talk on the mic, and then they would invite you after to like play in the party together. And then you're like watching them play when you die, and you're like, nah. You're like, wait a minute, this person is cheesing real hard right now.
I think because I had most of those experiences in Counter-Strike, I would realize like game one,
True.
there weren't really many people who were like good enough to hide it for a full game.
Yeah. Like COD S&D is a lot more casual.
And I guess you don't watch as much. Like Counter-Strike, you're in there for 40 minutes, watching them like every round.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I think that's it.
What were you gonna say, June?
The other half of the question was, what genre of game would you gravitate towards to satisfy your competitive desire, if not FPS?
Oh, that is good. So,
It's tricky.
what's it been for me recently? I have played a little Geometry Dash. I want to make my 12-year-old self proud, beat a hard level. Spire, I've really enjoyed getting better at. I never liked RTS like that though. Other than that, I don't know. I don't really play that many games competitively.
Probably chess for you.
Maybe
right?
chess, actually. It might have been chess. Yeah.
Nerd.
A little.
A lot.
You're not exempt from this either, JD. You've how
Well, I
many
don't
hours
play
in The Witcher
chess.
3? How many hours in The Witcher 3?
A few. Anyway. Quickly, another question.
You didn't answer yet.
Yeah, I
What?
think it would
Oh.
be chess for me. Like, if I had to pick one skilled, like, FPS to, like, sink a lot of my time and energy into, probably.
Remember you made me play that crazy chess game
that
on
was so
Steam?
funny.
Oh my! You made her
5D
play
chess.
fucking 5D chess with multiverse time travel.
I also made her play atomic chess. That was fun.
I don't even know how to play normal chess, and she's got me on that shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Now for you.
What would you two say?
I would just go with the same answer I said earlier. I really liked getting all achievements and stuff. So, and there's like there's websites for it, and there's leaderboards, so
Speedrunning? Could you see yourself getting
Yeah.
into?
stuff like that.
I think. Well, I guess a lot of them that I mentioned earlier would still be there with like the various skills.
You've always been quite competitive with, like, most things that you do, right? Like,
Yeah, most of the time with myself, but occasionally with others.
yeah.
I guess the two that kind of got left behind that never fully blossomed, but I really was interested in trying as a kid. But I only did my toes in it, was chess and table tennis. And I think
makes
that
sense.
if the cards fell correctly, I definitely could see myself having a fuck ton of time in either of them.
Well, you liked, was it chess puzzles that you would do? There was I
Not
remember
really,
you doing
honestly.
something chess
I never
related.
really scratched that. I would watch chess lectures. That's probably
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
Is like
I didn't even watch many chess lectures.
I found them. I mean, it's so. I don't know. They're relaxing.
That's a word for it.
It's true though. There are definitely some content creators for chess that have that, like, that energy. Eric Rosen is the first one coming
Yeah,
on.
that's a big one. I like the very unedited, very casual ones. People talking about something they know a lot about. I enjoy it. And I guess there would just be rhythm games if not for that. That would have been a depressing existence.
What, rhythm games and chess?
No, but like spending, 5,000 hours on OS and then Emmerich comes along and just shits all over me.
Yeah, I guess it's
Alright.
kind of like, no, I wouldn't even say it's kind of like what Massey did to everyone. Because, like, he has put in more work than everyone. I guess that's probably true for Emmerich too.
How many hours does he have?
I don't know. People talk about him like he's just this, like, goat off spawn. Doesn't need to, like, put in the effort. But
Well, he
I'm
definitely
sure
put
he's
in a
grinded.
lot of time, but there are people who have put in more time. I don't know how much he's thought about his practice, which is the interesting thing. Because that would I wouldn't say like change that much. I'm just very interested to know like how much does he actively think while practicing.
I know there are some people like, this is secondhand information, Hexings, who is really good at like control tracking, hasn't really thought much about it and just kind of developed his tech naturally,
Yeah.
which is really interesting to me.
I feel like if you kind of gravitate towards practice methods that are effective, you don't necessarily have to think about it. But if you don't, then thinking about it can help you a lot. Which leads us quite nicely into this question of what is the most common aiming misconception that you would clear up?
So the most common ones are kind of easy. I've covered them all in videos. And I want to like answer instead one that I don't think I have spread, but I haven't actively corrected yet, and I have talked about the topic. Muscle groups and how they're utilized. I don't have a video on them. I've just kind of mentioned them in passing. And I think from how I talk about it, you'd be left with the impression that like there are movements and moments where you will just use your arm or just use your wrist. So like this is an arm flick, this is a wrist flick. I don't think that's quite true. Especially for arm movements, I feel like all muscle groups are kind of doing something. And I think it's why it's so important to train everything. You know, because there's rarely time where like my fingertips, for example, even in like really wide arm movements where you don't think they're doing anything, they're acting as like stabilizers. They're making very small corrections. And I haven't really talked about that before. And I think some people have like, you know, left other videos of mine thinking that you do make movements solely with like, yeah, this is an arm movement, this is a wrist micro. It'll be a little of both. But some movements are led with like, you know, arm, wrist, fingertips. I think that's all I got to say there.
I think that idea of like being a wrist aimer, being an arm aimer is like, you know, you can primarily lean to one or the other, but
I don't think anyone's like wrist only, arm only. He's like, I think most like top aim trainer people, aim people right now are using like at least two. Would you agree? How was your experience with that actually, JD? Because I remember you used to primarily use like wrist, fingertips, high sense, and you didn't need to use your arm like at all.
Only wrist, really. I mean, I just played such a high sense that I didn't move my arm. I only had my wrist on the desk. I would play right at the bottom of my mousepad, so you can see it in my old like videos.
yeah.
And I just moved the mouse like with my wrist left to right.
I actually can't imagine, like, how do you do vertical?
I mean, it would be high sense. I move it like fucking 3 centimeters. I'm looking at the sky, so.
I guess so.
That reminds me of a video I saw. I got randomly recommended like a TF2 harvest like montage kind of thing. And the dude's name was Swing. I think that the name of the video was like Aim Isn't Aiming. I did a we'll take TikTok thing where I'm like, as long as your posture doesn't affect your range of motion. And I did a bit where I had my wrist on the edge of the table and my arm going straight down. And like that's how he aims.
Oh my god.
And he is pretty good. I don't know. So I guess I guess you'd be wrist fingers in that case, but
yeah. I guess you would have been wrist only, JD, because like you had like GPX, right? You can't move your fingers on that thing. Your hands are too small.
I don't use my fingers at all in aiming and stuff.
How much better did you get when you started using your arm?
Like crazy better. I don't know. I always tell people, make sure you use both.
And I'm now at the stage where I say, like, if you're trying to push for really, really high ranks, really, really good, like, fine control, use all three.
Yeah. I probably should get better with my fingers, but I don't know.
It's a good skill to develop, I think. It definitely feels weird, though. Like, at first, I don't know, very foreign to me.
I doubt you don't use your fingers at all, though.
Well, like
I'm
what?
sure they do something.
What is like?
I guess you just don't
fingertip and
drive
stuff?
movements with it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I click the buttons. I move them out.
What about like varying how much stress you're putting in your fingers to achieve different levels of stability in your grip, I guess?
No, they're always relaxed.
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
Because if I like tense, then I'm clicking.
What about like the other fingers?
Oh, right. I was just thinking of my 2 fingers on the mouse buttons. Shit.
Is it something you have to like try and think about? Because I didn't realize either, but I definitely did use them a little. But it was about using them more.
I mean, I don't move them around though at all. Like they sit. I got my B-stacks in my hand right now. Like they're just sitting comfortably in the gaps of it.
Doesn't necessarily mean they're not doing like anything though.
I guess I'll have to come back. But like I feel like I just don't notice doing anything with them. The only thing I do use is my
felt the
thumb.
same. Interesting. What does it do?
Well, because I leave my thumb below the buttons, the side buttons. And when I use those buttons, I move it up. But I don't rest them on the buttons. So I guess I'm moving my thumb a lot.
I wonder how that impacts like your aim, because you're varying the pressure you put there a lot, and you still look stable while like jumping and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm stupid. The one thing I really do regret doing when I first got into mouse and keyboard was putting my jump and my like, crouch and shit on my side buttons, because now like I cannot play without it. I'm like so used to it. Every time I unbind it, I'm just useless. I have the worst movement. So
how do you two both have like freakish binds? Like every time either of you plays at my setup, I can't move until I change the binds back.
That's funny.
You have a jump on right mouse. Like what the fuck?
Okay, but mine makes sense. Hers are just like, I refuse to change it.
Okay.
no,
Fair point.
I've tried changing because I know it's not good and stuff, but I just can't. I really can't. It's too ingrained.
I getcha. It's like me with the armrest. Like I don't know if it's good or not. I have no idea. But I can't change. No chance. I
Yeah.
cannot play without an armrest now.
What'd you do at LAN?
So yeah, I tell people don't copy my keybinds. They're bad. What did you do at LAN, by the way? That's a good question.
Bad.
Oh.
I had armrests, but they were too low. And I was really uncomfortable the whole time.
Did you think about that before you went?
I did. And I freaked out because we got to request, like, do you want armrests on your chair or no? And I said yes. And I got to my desk and no armrests. And I had to swap with one of my teammates because they took them off for some reason.
I don't know how you do that, eh? I couldn't.
I don't know how you don't.
Feels
I
like
don't know.
so. I feel like it's like those chairs they strap you into before they electrocute you.
Well, it's not that bad as long as you don't have one of those like full like bucket chairs. I can't play in those either. I've tried. It's why I can't change my chair. It's so fucking old. But I can't get like a better chair because I need the armrest to be like exactly this height.
But I hope it never gives out one day. You'll be fucked.
They still sell more, I checked. And I'm probably gonna buy one soon. Gotta like stock up on chairs, buy like 5.
Yeah, what if they like stop doing them one day?
Well, I got a trick. I have a standing desk now. So if the armrests are lower, I can just lower the desk. Hopefully.
How is that, by the way?
Really good. I like it a lot. I don't know, like I haven't been using it that much for work, but being able to stand for voiceovers is really good. I feel like I have a lot more like emphasis and air behind what I'm saying now.
Embouchure.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I don't even know if that's the right
I don't either.
Feels like it gets my diaphragm more active.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess when you're sitting down, it's more crushed.
Especially with how I sit. I'm gonna sit up properly now, actually.
Yeah, I'd be slouching.
I like it though. I think it's been less of a significant change than like having a larger desk, you know, because I got the size up. I don't know how big it is, but that has been a bigger change for me.
I have the Google Doc open right now. Why are you called Anonymous Shrew, June? Every time you do something, it just says Anonymous Shrew is like editing this.
Shrew?
Here, I'll show you. I do something. Here, I'll show you.
Oh wait, SHREW?
Yeah, Shrew.
Okay,
I sent you
that
it.
makes more sense.
Shrew. Sorry, that's hard.
I thought I was like some kangaroo portmanteau.
It's just me, Viscose, and Anonymous Shrew.
What? Okay, for me, you are Anonymous Alligator.
What? Why am I anonymous? I should be KMG XColours because I can't change my email name. And it's from when I was 10 years old.
What does KMG mean?
Critical Mass Gaming. Critical with a K.
What the hell?
I don't know if that was a spelling error or we just thought it was cool.
That's actually insane oral loss to know what it means.
Oh.
It was like ROG being Republic of Gamers, like that. I can't unsee it now.
Well, sorry. You asked.
Reminds me of there was it still is a big Counter-Strike like server in AU, KZG, Killzone Gaming. They had a team for a while. I don't know, same vibe for me.
Killzone, pretty good game series. I liked it.
I never played.
I think it was PlayStation only.
Was it?
I think so.
That explains a few things then. I was Xbox and PC.
That reminds me that when I used to play Battlefield 4, there were these servers called AARP, which is like a retirement thingy in the US, and everybody who plays on those servers plays like they're 80 years old. So I actually thought they were like servers for old people.
The designated old people.
There was another one. I feel like you've heard of this one, Laura, where the abbreviation was like beer and boobs or something like that.
Yeah, Bob.
No, Bob is Band of Brothers.
Oh, Bob
What
is
did you
Band of
say?
Brothers. No, it
Beer
was
and
Boobs and
boobs?
Bacon. Boobs and Bacon Battlefield 4 servers. I remember. That was it, right? I swear that was it.
It's like what would be on like a middle-aged American man's t-shirt who's like shopping in Walmart or something.
Well, who do you think made the server?
Yeah, exactly.
True. I love fishing.
I'm surprised those are over there too then. Because they were here too.
I guess they, I don't know, worldwide.
Yeah, global organization.
Kind of goes hard.
Bacon. Beer makes so much more sense. Whatever.
I'm pretty sure it was Bacon. Maybe it was all
I fuck with
three.
it.
I can't believe how much of a hater you are of the Aussie bacon.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Why?
she hates
Okay,
it.
the problem is that like I would cook with bacon like fairly often at home, and because the Aussie bacon is so lean, like it's a different cut, it never renders the fat. I can't cook with the bacon fat like you normally would.
But that's a good thing because I fucking hate fat on bacon.
Me too.
That like
Okay,
fat
but you
rind, I
rind
always
it.
peel that shit off. I don't like it.
I can't eat it. I can't chew it.
Whatever.
It's nasty.
Maybe I'm just like built worse or something, but I don't know.
You don't eat the. Never mind.
But I swear, like
So-
every time you see it, you're like, is this real bacon or fake Australian disgusting bacon?
Oh my god. Well, if you don't like our country, mate, there's the door.
It's just the bacon. It's just the bacon.
Visa officers listening in on this.
Yeah. Get her on the
Okay,
boat.
but Joseph Anderson loves this kind of bacon. So clearly
What
I'm
do you
just
like?
broken.
British? British bacon.
It's the same
Was
kind
what
of
he
cut,
liked,
I
right?
think. Yeah.
I thought so too. Yeah, it is.
What would you use
So,
the
you're
bacon
wrong.
fat for?
You can use it to fry stuff and flavor it with the bacon fat flavor.
Don't like that.
You would never know. You just
So like if
ARYE.
so everything you eat gonna taste like bacon.
Not everything you eat, it's just things that are meant to taste like bacon.
And it's not really
Like-
taste like. It's more like
A suggestion.
like a smidge. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You've had a cooking. You know it's good.
Oh yeah. Well, I've had her cooking Australian shit. I don't know about this bacon fat cooking and gonna make me scrambled eggs. Shit's gonna taste like meat.
The American bacon does exist here. It's just called a different thing.
What's it called?
It's like streaky bacon.
Oh.
Have you had it?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
good.
For me, it's streaky bacon and then middle bacon. And middle is the round bacon, streaky is the strips.
I do have an answer for the Amy misconception question as well. We answered 15 minutes ago.
But no, back to the bacon. So this
Yeah.
is what the people really want to hear. Australian bacon.
And it's to do with calm aim in some ways and smoothness in others, where it's this conflation of smoothness and slowness. Because slow aim is often smooth, but smooth aim is not necessarily slow. Like there's an adage that I see a lot of like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And like to an extent that's true, but it's not that applicable in aiming, I feel. Where like yes, more efficient movements means you don't have to like recorrect and then that can save time, but there's like a limit. At some point, fast is fast in aiming and you can still be smooth at the same time. I feel like
there is a necessary bit for good smoothness for me where it has to be repeatable at like most speeds, right? Like if someone cannot be smooth at like fast movements, then they're not really smooth, you know? It's feigned smoothness is the term I always use for it. And you can kind of see it when people lock into like one speed and they like only move at that speed.
that's the kind of thing I think of as well. It's where people will kind of force their aim to be slower in order to try to achieve that like ideal of smoothness. But it's like not really about that. Getting a really strong handle on your tension, having a really strong control of like acceleration and deceleration, and making very efficient movements will make your aim a lot smoother than trying to force very constant speeds.
I agree.
Because like those kinds of things are smooth, but it's not like functional smoothness. And I feel like that's another thing that happens a lot when trying to translate certain styles of aim trainer tech into real games, specifically flicking. When you never have like a initial impulse of speed for your flicks, and it's more of like a smooth, just like moving your mouse at a single rate relatively quickly.
I get what you're coming at it from. Like I feel like it's just like what I would put that into terms of if I had to isolate like a term for that weakness is like no dynamic tension management, you know? Can't release tension at high speeds, have to stay at a lower tension level, and there's no speed there, and then yeah, you end up with that kind of effect you talked about. I really do feel like tension just like underpins everything.
It does, for sure, yeah. I mean, that's like how you make any movement, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember people leaving comments like slow, the smoothness video for Voltaic. People be saying like slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like, no, that's not really what we're saying here. Yeah, like we say very directly in the video is that like a fast flick can still be smooth under this definition. And yeah, learning to be very dynamic, but still in control of whatever speed you're moving at will lead to much more functional smoothness.
It's a good term for it. Functional smoothness.
Yeah, you said it well. I have nothing to add.
Do you have any aiming misconceptions, JD? I know you talked about like using your arm earlier.
Well, I mean, the biggest one for me was just like I wanted to be fast and I wanted to do fast flicks, so I thought I had to have like a crazy high sense to do that.
That's a good one, actually.
That is a good one.
when in reality you don't. You can like flick on low sense if you're like fast with it, you know.
I would say
You
it's
get
even
that arm moving.
potentially easier,
I find it easier personally to have
at least to be consistent.
accurate
with.
flicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a big reason why I was playing high sense, because I wanted to be flashy with it.
Did you have the same thing with like glass mouse pads where like
I was just thinking
want to
that.
be quick, so you got a sky pad?
Well, yeah, someone basically sold it to me because I was like, or because they were like, it never slows down. It's the fastest mouse pad. I'm like, shit, I need to get on that.
Fastest mouse pad, fastest aim.
Yeah. I was a noob. I didn't think about it. I didn't really know back
I
then.
feel like most people don't. It's kind of tough to understand and counterintuitive for sure.
I think the mousepad one is even more applicable than sensitivity one, because like at some point a faster sense will give you faster flicks, but I think like almost across the board, a slower mousepad is better for faster flicks.
Yeah. Just because you have
yeah.
so much more confidence to like send it.
I'm back on my freefall bullshit.
Nice.
just
Yeah.
I'm still on the 0.
Yeah.
I got like 2 Shittenkais and I've been meaning to try them, but I have to swap skates because I'm on the artisan dots and I don't want to swap skates.
Where'd you get those from? I thought they were not made anymore.
They went back in a sale for like a day. I got 2.
Oh. What color?
Is yours still like functional? I got 2 white ones.
Yeah, mine's still good.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. There's probably something I'm forgetting, but that was my biggest one. Was the I
No,
need
that's
to
a
play
good
at the
one.
highest sense.
That was a good one, yeah.
I like that.
Oh well, no problem.
I've still got a few more bullet points I wouldn't mind talking about.
I was gonna say, what the hell is ultra neon?
Okay, we'll come back to that one. The first one that is relevant to what was just brought up is the 0, where I've heard 1,000,000 times this sleeve works with 0. I promise this sleeve works with the 0. I try it and I move my arm down and it has like an insane amount of friction. So I don't know, maybe these people are only playing Pong. I don't know, a game that has no verticality whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I have now gathered like 15 sleeves.
The
and
16th
I
one
want to
will
do
fix it. Trust me.
yeah. But they all say it works. They all say it works on the 0.
And
I
it
buy
never
it
does.
and it
It
doesn't
never
work.
does.
The most recent one was the Kibu sleeve, and that was one of the most egregious ones yet. Because I would, left or right, it's okay. Then I move my arm down. It would actually take the sleeve off of my arm because the friction is so high.
It's insane. And like you get me to try. Like you just pass me a sleeve and I put it on and I move my arm down and the sleeve's gone. Like, what the fuck happened?
And there are times where you're like, okay, it's not completely getting stuck. It's a bit of drag, but maybe let's see what you want. And it's like, well, how does it compare to skin? It's like, oh, well, fuck no. And that's like the whole point, is to be at least on par with bare skin, but consistent.
What do you think of the precision on the Raiden?
It's good. It's good. I feel like the thicker sleeves on the Raiden and other Raiden legs is some of the best sleeve compatibility you can get, which is a big reason why I've been trying so many Raiden legs, is because I like fast mouse pads and I like sleeve compatibility. And occasionally there's an overlap with Raiden legs. Speaking of which, there's not too many pads I've used in that Raiden leg genre that we talked about last time. But for that video, I did buy one more because I'm like, I want to try one more that people say is really good. And I ended up getting the Meow Gaming Gear Ultra Neon.
The what?
Sorry. Okay. It's actually, another name for that company is Ultra Glide, which you probably know them for the skates at this point.
Right.
And that's why I
Meow
had
Gaming
some...
Gear.
I don't know why they have both names, and one is very funny, and the other one is like fun. But yeah, that's why I had some hope for them, because they were kind of cooked with the skates. So maybe the pads are decent, and it actually is. I think it's definitely below the Raiden and Infinity My Speed in terms of speed tier. but it's not far off, and it's more plush on the arm, and it's not egregiously high static friction. Like, it's just a pretty good, smooth, fast mouse pad. The first video I made on my second channel when I came back was about how I bought a zero mid because I wanted a Energon like that wasn't as muddy. I think also like I wanted one that was mid as well, but this one isn't. It's like 4 millimeters. But that's kind of filling that niche for me right now, where it's really comfortable in the arm. It glides fairly well with my arm or with sleeves, and it's just like a pretty good speed pad. And it's like 30 AUD, which is what, 21 US?
It's not much at all, yeah.
That's not bad.
It's
cheap.
really cheap off
Very cheap.
AliExpress. Maybe worse because of tariffs, but whatever. It's something that I think if you want to try a speed pad, it's pretty solid, surprisingly, out of Meow Gaming Gear.
I was quite impressed too. Definitely doesn't fall into the same like traps as the other Raiden likes have fallen into. It's quite good.
The Neptune Pro is the one that's grown on me a lot. After I realized that like this is not competing with the Raiden, it's nowhere close, but it's actually pretty good at what it does too. And it's the Ultra Neon is definitely faster than that one, so it's somewhere in between. The last thing I want to talk about is the Fenrir Max. I was originally not going to put together my HSK Pro again because all of our HSK Pros are kind of compromised right now. I lost the dongle to the 1K one. Viscose has put
I'm so sorry.
clay fingers on mine to do for a sensor precision video that will come out in October. And the other one that I stole from her, I stole the PCB for the Kotanos. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need to go salvage my Kotanos mod right now. I will wait for the Fenrir Max because it's like HSK Pro successor. And it is one of the widest mice I've ever used. Which is not to say it's bad, but like it's pretty much nothing like the HSK Pro to me. There are some design ideas, like how it kind of tapers at the front and how it's generally shaped that is reminiscent, but it's such a different experience that I think if you like the HSK Pro, you probably won't like the Fenrir. Depending on your reasoning, I guess. But, you know, if you got big hands, then maybe it will be like your HSK Pro like it is for me, like to scale. But now that I know how wide these mice are, the asymm has lost some of its intrigue for me. But I do want to try it still. Because like I've been trying that exact kind of mod for years now. And, you know, it could be cool. But aside from that, like, I think that's all the fingertip mice that have been announced.
Zero Mouse, I guess?
Yeah, Zero Mouse. I forgot you're getting sent to Zero Mouse by Optimum. So I get to try that too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to give it a
really
proper go, though. I haven't tried fingertip mice properly in like 3 years. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a real shot. And if I like it, I'll go and try some of your other crazy mods as well. So
I'll see.
Didn't you chop your OP1AK in half?
Maybe.
Do that to Laura's.
no,
no. I would be exiled.
don't do that to me. I need this.
Evicted from
I
the
only have
country.
like 3 OP1s. I need them.
Only 3.
I'm petting it right now.
There's
You
only-
can't see.
There's only one LP1AK though.
True.
I want that purple frost one.
Me too. Oh, I was gonna buy TJX base mod. I was gonna buy one of those.
What is that?
Oh, the crazy looking OP1 bases. The OP1 wireless is just like too heavy for me. And these take like 8 grams off of the mouse or something. So
Forget
that's
that. Buy a
cool.
Dremel instead. I got that.
I don't want to put a Dremel through my mouse.
We have a backup base. That's all I'm saying.
You are right.
Then again,
I'll
I would probably
consider
do it in the garage, and that's where the spiders live. So actually,
No, No, we have the room, like the one you're in now, the dining room, the test room. Gotta clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't want the like plastic shavings in here. We're gonna kill your cat.
And you can't do the backyard. The birds will
Yeah.
not enjoy that. I guess it would be the garage. God, have you told the story with my mum finding the redback? Or did you not see it?
I didn't see it, no. I think she tried to hide it from me. Because this is very frightening information.
So my dad and I both have like a fuck ton of boxes in the garage. He has like, you know, PC parts and all that. I have like peripheral boxes and mousepad boxes. And my mum was just going through and finding some that we probably don't need anymore. And she shows me the boxes, like, are these okay to throw out? And she points to one and she says, that one's got like a redback in it. And then she grabs the box with the spider in it and tilts it up to face me and says like, look, see, look at him. It's like, I believed you, Mum.
Imagine she did that to June.
Oh my
That
God.
was so For context, I don't know if we said it on here, if it was somewhere else, but when I was sitting in this room when Laura was doing a stream, there was a huge spider that started crawling up the mattress in front of me. And I was like, is it going to kill me? And the words that came out of Laura's mouth were, does it have a red back? So,
They're the only ones around here that you're really got to be worried about. We don't get funnel webs.
what happened to the
thank God.
whitetails?
They're scary, but they won't kill you.
Okay, the red backs will though.
So what
Gonna
did you
kill
do
you.
when on the mattress with the spider?
I relocated to a kitchen stool and destroyed my back for 2 hours.
Yeah, but like, so you just have a spider crawling in your bed. Do you not take it?
Well,
pick
it
it up?
was. Nah, spare mattress.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, still though, it could be anywhere.
Guess what
it
type of
could be
spider it
anywhere,
was?
which is why I checked under the chair before we started this recording.
Daddy long leg.
It was a daddy long legs.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
The scariest spider.
Okay, but like when I couldn't identify it, it's a big spider in Australia.
The daddy long legs don't get big.
They get big enough to where I would say that's a big spider.
Big by American standards.
It's not like a tarantula, right? But it's pretty big.
It's funny.
Do
My
we have
dad used to like
tarantulas?
let them. Oh, we might.
I've never seen one.
I haven't either. I think the biggest I've seen is like huntsman's.
Definitely huntsman, yeah. Seen some big boys.
My family has some fucking spider horror stories. One that isn't a horror story. My dad used to let daddy long leg spiders like walk on his arm when he'd put them outside because I'd see them and I'm like, Dad, get rid of it. And he'd just be like, okay, put his arm out and the spider would walk on. He'd walk outside, spider would walk off.
Yeah. I like daddy long legs. They're cool.
I like them too. I'm not game enough to do that though. They're good to have around though.
Notice June is just silent.
Not saying anything.
Well,
Just don't mention
won't
spiders
torture
around my
you.
grandmother. She'll scar you for life.
Mm-hmm.
well, now I'm curious.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. We should probably wrap this shit up. Jesus.
It's been a while.
Outro.
Do we have any ending questions or just the outro?
Did we get through everything we wanted to get through?
I think we got
think
through all
so.
of the questions we had written down, which is genuinely a first. Like, I don't think that's ever happened before.
I'm seeing
We do have 10
one.
extra pages, but like,
Oh.
What you got?
Well, I'm seeing that one that Anonymous Shrews is clicking on right now. I don't think we
yeah, we did
answered
miss
that one.
one.
Oh, fuck, we missed one. Next time. You'll have to
Let's
tune in
listen
next
to
time to
something.
find
It's-
out what it
yeah.
is.
I guess it's a long answer one, so.
The suspense.
Mm.
It's
What
good
could
for
it be?
engagement or whatever.
Oh, I think the answer is not really.
I'm not going to say what the question is, though. We don't want to be here for another half hour.
It's a long one.
I know,
We'll just
I
answer
know
it
I have
without-
stuff to say here. Yeah, we won't tell them the question, but we'll give them the answers.
Yeah. If you can guess the
Fine, figure out
question,
what the
you
question
win.
is.
What do they win?
I don't know. Nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
That's a good ending.
Yeah.
That's how all of these end.
Yeah, basically.
This is Judy insulting everybody, saying leave, and then using profanity.
They love it.
Yeah, but
They
they
love
love,
it.
When am I
it. They
gonna be
come
like,
back.
Thank you for watching.
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
Damn.
All right, I'm ending my recording.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.